Hi everybody, my name is Rowie Dillon and I'm very proud to be in the Appliances Online kitchen this morning. And I have my beautiful cookbook Indulge, which we're giving away with every oven purchase for the month of December. And I'm here to cook you a recipe which is my gorgeous individual cocoa sponge cakes, and they're all free of wheat, yeast, gluten, dairy, egg, nuts and soy. So they're universally free, but they're extremely yummy. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually create what I call the science of the egg. Because there's no egg in this recipe, I'm going to educate you how to put egg into cakes without actually having anything to do with the chicken. So we'll start off with some quinoa flour, which, if you have a look, if you've got a copy of my book, if you go to the back section after party, there's a gorgeous section that I actually created in the back called the Science of Flowers. And the Science of Flowers gives you a little bit of my sort of take on Professor Julia Sumner Miller, a little bit of take on what different flours to use for what recipes when you're baking gluten-free. And it's really interesting, bearing in mind that I'm actually not a trained pastry chef. I taught myself all of this myself. I used to be a TV producer in an advertising agency 10 years ago, and then I discovered that I was gluten-free, and I was retrenched not long after September 11, and the following day I started baking Rowie's cakes, and the rest is basically history. So that's how I started my mission and my quest, and that's when I started writing my cookbook 10 years ago. So the Science of Flours is really interesting. All the different grains that we have these days that are non-wheaten, like quinoa, amaranth, potato flour, tapioca, etc. What I basically did was I got like 10 little cups and I lined them all up, and I put the same amount of flour in each cup. And then what I did is I actually poured the same amount of water into each of the cups, and then I put my finger in the cup to touch and see, after the water had been with the flour, what the flour would do. So then some of them went like rock, like the potato starch went like rock, and the quinoa flour was kind of like a really nice sort of soft porridge. Same with the amaranth. With the tapioca, it kind of went jelly-like. So then you start to think to yourself, okay, well, if I'm going to apply that to cooking, how am I going to use that different flour? So say with potato starch, if I was using potato starch to make a bechamel sauce, where you're actually using, like, say, your milk or your soy milk warm, you wouldn't use it warm, because the potato starch would make it go like rock. So you'd actually stir it in cold. So it's using all of those different things to actually create some sort of science with cooking. That's how I've approached my total journey with bumping the bland out of gluten-free forever, with the way that I cook, because it's not just throwing things together, it's a bit of a science.